Good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. We're going to have a quick conversation. Let's talk about women dating bum men. That seems to be a hot topic. It's a topic that will never go away. But I think what people don't understand is why. From many conversations I had with different women that did this, I keep hearing the same thing. I love him, I love him, I love him, all that good stuff. And then after a while, when the guy don't pan out, he don't get any better, he can't hold a job, then they hate the man. Then they want to get rid of the man. But they hold on to the man and until the man actually leaves. Let's get to why. And let's get to why a lot of men, it drives them crazy with this. And I'm going to say something that a lot of people will not agree with, and that's fine. That is perfectly fine. It is what it is. But in my opinion, the reason a lot of women keep dating bum men, sadly, because they did not learn from the mistakes of men that came before them or men that doing it right now. How should I put this? People think, and you have some men that still do this, and women is doing it now. Not all, but too many. They think, okay, hey, I have a degree or I have a good paying job, that, I shower that person with gifts, they should love me. You can't buy love. You can't. Um, you going to attempt it, but you cannot buy love. It won't happen. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's not going to happen. That person may stick around. They may give you compliments and stroke your ego, but eventually, once they see something else that's better, they're gone. It's just a fact of life because they wasn't that into you in the first place. And what I'm seeing is a lot of women are basically repeating the same mistakes that men have done. You have a lot of women that are making great money, making more money than a lot of men now. Bravo, that is fantastic. But what they are also doing, they are also repeating the same mistakes that men have repeated. Like basically, you find somebody you think is attractive, they don't have their life together, but you think you can bring them up. You think you can make them better. You won't. And you cannot buy them. Now, I'm going to say to a lot of the men out here who are mad at these women that are doing this and that are complaining about it. That's why a lot of men are mad because they hear the women complain about it and just keep repeating the same mistake over and over. Fellas, a lot of these women are doing this and don't even realize what they're doing. I know that sounds like I'm giving them an excuse, giving them a way out. But they don't know what they're doing. They don't even know that's what they're doing. They just look at, oh, he's cute, whatever the case may be. Now, you do have some cases where you have, some women that may want to be controlling and stuff like that. I'm going to touch on that here in a second. But a lot of it, they don't know that's what they're doing. They're just looking at it like, hey, I'm making money. I got this good paying job. And yeah, you'll hear them talk out the side of their neck saying, oh, I want a man that makes this. A man got to be on the same level as me. But then you see what they keep getting into relationships with, and it's the opposite of what they say. And it basically pisses you off. I used to be the same way. I used to get irritated. Like, I will talk to different women, and they'll sit there and say, I want a guy that's responsible. I want a guy that works hard. I want a guy that's about family. And then you'll see them pick up another bum. A guy that never took care of his kids. A guy that can't hold a job, but he looks good naked. because they think they can build him like he's a Build-A-Bear. And sadly, you got some men that are still doing that now. It's just the truth. It's just the ugly truth. And they're just not learning from where men has failed. They're repeating the same things and don't even know it. So when you see chicks that talk, I'm a boss chick, or I'm out here getting it better than these men, or I don't need a man, or whatever, don't argue. Don't fight. And yeah, a lot of it is you may be disappointed because you could look at this woman, you may think, in your eyes, she's a beautiful woman. You could see her being so much more in your mind. You can see her, oh, I could see her being my wife, whatever. You a lot of times you're not going to say it, but it may cross your mind, especially if you're attracted to her. Fantasy. Women do the same thing, but it's fantasy. Let it go. Let it go. And for you ladies out there, a lot of you going to disagree with me. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to say this. Your way's not working. If it was working, a lot of you ladies would not be complaining. You wouldn't be out here creating all these internet memes or reposting memes and stuff like that. Just know once you log off, and once you get done posting that meme, you're still going to be in the same situation. Just being honest. That's all. Ladies, some of y'all basically was not taught, like a lot of men that wasn't taught. I'm not picking on you, I'm just trying to help. But some of y'all was not taught. You was not told the truth. A lot of ladies do not know how to properly interact with men outside of sex because that's all they've been taught. Man just wants sex. He just wants me for my body, whatever. And after you get past the sexual part, there's nothing else left. You don't know what to do. You kind of look towards that man and figure he's supposed to carry it all. He's supposed to act a certain way. And by that time, it's already too late. You already made the mistake. If you go into it looking for a relationship from a bum dude, you didn't vet him. You didn't look at it for what it was. And yes, men do the same thing. They did the same thing, trying to turn a sorry chick into a housewife. But I'm going to give you some advice from men that has succeeded, who basically learned their lessons. Look at a dude's character. Look at his character. Just don't judge it by looks. Yeah, he may look good on your arm. You may want to take him around your girlfriends and have your girlfriends be like, wow, girl, he's fine, whatever, and get those compliments. But after those compliments is over, there's nothing else left. There's nothing but heartache. There's arguing. There's embarrassment. Because the man can't hold a job. You're doing everything by yourself. And some of you may mess around and try to put more responsibility on this man by having children, and it makes it worse. It don't work. It don't work. Basically, y'all just repeating the same mistakes that men have done for years and is still doing. You got some men now thinking like, hey, if I'm successful, I make a certain amount of money, a woman gotta obey me, love me, and want to be with me. No, no, and no, and no, she don't. If she's not into you, she's not into you. It's that simple. And guess what, ladies? Same thing apply for the men. Yeah, you can sit there and say, well, if he's not into me, won't you just say that? Really? Really? It don't work that way. If you put yourself out there telling a dude how much money you make, picking him up, and you taking care of everything, thinking that he's going to love you and repay you 100 times over, it's not going to happen if he's not into you. It's that simple. Yeah, you can sit there and blame the man all you want. But you gotta look within and be honest with yourself. What a lot of men have to, yes, a lot of men have to learn accountability and face those consequences from their bad decisions. You do too. You do too. That's the arena you are now in. You can't get all the perks that some men will get and don't get none of the heartache. It don't work that way. You get the good, you get the bad. And I'm not saying you can't handle it, but there's a lot of you that are complaining and whining. And just know, if you're done complaining, whining, your circumstances is not going to change because you keep picking wrong. Another reason why I see women also pick bum dudes and they do not want to admit it, and some, like I said, they don't even, well, a lot, they don't even know it, is because if they come across the strong dude that they claim they want, that dude that's responsible and handle his business, that dude has some things that he want done. And for some women, they're not going to do it. They don't want to. So it's easier dealing with the bum dude. Ladies, for a lot of men, they just tired of you complaining after you pick the bum dude. They just basically want you to just stop complaining. Like basically, hey, and look, you can keep complaining. I'm not telling you not to complain. Do what you want. Do what you want. It just don't change it. It don't change the outcome. It don't change. You're just gonna keep repeating it over and over. You're going to be lonely. You're just gonna have somebody that you're not gonna be proud of having around. When he be around other men that you know got their act together, he not gonna measure up. And yeah, you could be mad at him, you could take it out on him. All he gonna do is leave, or he gonna eventually cheat when you're not around. You're not gonna be happy. That's all. You're not gonna be happy. You're not. So what you need to do is be honest with yourself. First, I know it's instinct. You want a relationship a lot of times. You want somebody to love you. You want to be in a relationship. I get it. But first, before you jump in a relationship, you need to understand your strengths and weaknesses. You need to understand what you want and what you don't want. Yes, you say, I want a man that's tall. I want a man that has money. Okay, this is not a menu. If you want all those things, just know that man gonna want something in return. And a lot of times, you do not want to put up what he want. You don't want to pay that debt. Or price, rather. I should say price, not debt. You don't want to pay that price. And that's just the cold reality. And, for the so-called boss chicks and stuff like that, some of you may see this, some of you may not. You may see it a year from now, months from now, whatever. Some of you may see this, talk crazy, whatever, ignore me. Just know your situation is not going to change. It's not. You could keep going out here grabbing dude after dude after dude. It's not going to change because you refuse to change. Now, if you don't want to pay the price that the strong men that you want, if you don't want to pay that price, if you don't want to, you have some men out there, well, baby girl, you can't cook, you can't do this and that, and you say, well, why do I gotta cook? Why can't you cook? Okay, cool. Get a man that likes to cook, but don't belittle him because that's what he want to do. Because some men who may be that way, not all, remember some, they may be more on the emotional side. Don't step on him. Don't look at him like, oh, he's not a man. This is in your wheelhouse. You said you don't cook, get a man that can cook. But no, some of you want that, and I'm not trying to be mean, but some of you want that Disney life. You want Prince Charming that do everything, and all you got to do is bring your beauty, and that is it. No. No, it's not going to happen. That be like a man saying, "Hey, well, all I gotta do is have this outfit, and you immediately gonna come to me and just lay down, and you gonna look at him like, no, you gotta do more to get me." Same rules, same thing applies for men. Same thing apply. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer because it's late. Um, just basically, just understand for the fellas. I understand that it pisses y'all off. Sometimes my nerve get irked a little bit too, hearing the same old story. It's always a man fault. Just look at it like this. If you come across a woman talking like that, you can have a conversation with her. If she's not listening, just move on. Just move on. Because in the end, her situation is not going to change. If anything's going to get worse. And for you ladies out there, if you want to turn it around, you got to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. No meme is going to change it. No watching some love story on TV or on the movie screen is going to change it. No social media post is going to change it. You got to change you. That's all it is. I understand that, for some of you, that you had your pick of the litter when you was younger. Yeah, a lot of men was immature, didn't know any better. All we was doing was chasing the physical. That's all we was doing. But as a man matures, we start looking more into what we want out of life. So therefore, the same tricks don't work. Now, what some of you are looking for, you're looking for, like I said, you're looking for a sexy, goofy. There's not a lot of those around. I'm just being honest. Not a lot of those around. But if that's what you're holding out for, hey, who am I to tell you not to chase that? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Some one or two may find it, and it's going to be miserable anyway. A lot of you will not find it. You're just going to keep on waiting. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to hold you. Any questions, feel free to hit the email. It'll post at the end of the video. Feel free to comment. And that's it. Hope you enjoy your night.